Just one gap appears, and everything changes instantly on the African savanna. Hyenas pursue their prey in open space, maintaining distance before accelerating as the formation begins to spread out. The distance quickly closes. Collisions occur within seconds, and there is no room to retreat. When the time comes, will that approach be enough to decide the outcome? Not scavengers, not opportunists. Hyenas are among the most organized and adaptable predators on the African savanna, weighing between 90 and 140 pounds. They aren't superior in size, but they maintain a consistent presence in a fiercely competitive environment. The hyena's strength lies in its pragmatic intelligence. They memorize terrain, recognize weak signals, and coordinate as a group with high precision. Every action is calculated, from approach to timing. In nature, advantage doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the one who understands the situation. African wild dogs move in tight formation, each holding its position as they approach prey. At speeds of up to 44 miles per hour, the pack maintains pressure through endurance and coordination. When an antelope falls, the pack quickly approaches and begins to eat. But just as the pace peaks, the movement slows, and a brief gap appears. On the edge of the area, two hyenas have been watching. They keep their distance, splitting off in opposite directions, waiting for a clearer moment. Then suddenly, one accelerates to block the retreat, forcing the wild dogs out of formation. At that very moment, the other moves swiftly into the center, severing the newly formed coordination. The disruption quickly spreads as more hyenas arrive and tighten the noose. One holds the blocking point, while others move in to surround the prey. The pack of wild dogs returned several times, but each time they were repelled, causing their coordination to gradually become disjointed. The outcome became clear. The hyena completely controlled the prey, forcing the pack of wild dogs to retreat. In a competitive environment, the difference lies not in initial speed, but in the ability to maintain pressure until the end. From that sequence of events, reading the timing correctly, clearly dividing roles, and maintaining a stable rhythm determined the entire outcome. In the savannas, woodlands, and rocky slopes of East and South Africa, leopards live solitary lives and choose areas with dense bushes to control their view. They hunt silently, dragging their prey into good cover to maintain an advantage. Every movement is economical and precise, but once the meal begins, the enclosed environment also obscures movements on the periphery. From a distance, a hyena is watching, maintaining a safe distance. It moves around the periphery, waiting for the moment the leopard leaves its advantageous position. Then, suddenly, as the leopard retreats into the bushes, the hyena advances, occupying the space. The moment the leopard turns back, It closes in and applies constant pressure, forcing the leopard to halt its control. The leopard retreats deeper into the bushes, waiting for an opportunity to return to retrieve its food. But each time it approaches, the hyena reacts quickly and maintains a close distance, preventing the leopard from stabilizing its position. After several unsuccessful attempts, the leopard was forced to retreat. The result was clear. The hyena kept its prey, the leopard couldn't get its meal back, and the hyena won. From this sequence of events, control didn't belong to the first predator, but to the one that held its position until the end. From this observation, patiently waiting for the right moment and maintaining pressure determined the entire outcome. In the savannas and semi-deserts of Africa, lions move in open spaces where their long-distance vision helps them control movement from multiple directions. A mature male typically maintains a stable position around a familiar area, relying on distance to maintain an advantage. When the pace slows down behind them, a gap begins to appear, and their presence is no longer as concealed as before. At the edge of that gap, a pack of hyenas, already present, maintains a wide formation and targets the lone lion to take advantage of their numbers. They don't close immediately, but advance in short bursts, constantly changing positions to block escape routes. The pressure from multiple sides forces the lion to constantly shift. Then, in a slow burst, one hyena gets too close, enough to break the initial distance. The reaction is immediate. The lion lunges and seizes its target in an instant, bringing the encirclement to a halt. But the hyena's rhythm didn't stop there. They immediately pressed in from multiple directions, advancing and retreating to maintain pressure. The lions couldn't hold their position long enough, forcing them to constantly adjust, and the encirclement began to loosen. Gaps formed again. The lions proactively left the area before the pressure returned, while the hyenas maintained their formation at the edges and didn't press any further. The two sides separated without further confrontation. Amidst the dry grasslands of the Serengeti and southern Kenya, zebras move in herds near water sources and low-lying grass, weighing between 500 and 700 pounds. Their strong legs and quick reflexes help them maintain formation. At the edge of the herd, the distance widens in seconds, creating an easily accessible point. At that moment, a hyena accelerates and approaches from behind. It latches onto the zebra's flank. The zebra stops, turns its head, and reacts immediately. The two maintain close proximity, constantly changing direction, the hyena trying to hold on while the zebra attempts to escape. The zebra musters its strength and breaks free from the hold. It accelerates away from the position and rejoins the herd. The hyena slows down and stops, following suit. The hunt ends. The zebra escapes. The hyena fails. On the expansive grasslands of the Serengeti and Masai Mara, herds of wildebeest move in long columns across the open, low-lying land with unobstructed visibility. Each step maintains a steady rhythm, but at the edges of the herd, the distance between individuals begins to widen. It is at this gap that a collision can occur at any moment. As soon as the gap becomes apparent, a spotted hyena accelerates from behind. It charges straight at its target, without changing direction. The wildebeest immediately turns, lowers its head, and advances straight forward. Repeated butts force the hyena to deflect, stepping back to avoid a head-on collision. The wildebeest continues to close, maintaining a short distance and forcing its opponent out of position. The hyena attempts to advance again but cannot maintain its approach. It turns and withdraws from the area. The hunt ended right at the edge of the pack, the prey holding its position and escaping danger. Along the grasslands and wetlands of East Africa, buffalo gather in large herds near water sources and thick pastures, their bodies weighing over 1,000 pounds. Their broad, curved horns and thick hides help them withstand direct impacts. When moving, individuals maintain close proximity, and gaps begin to appear at the edges of the herd. From these gaps, over 50 hyenas line up and advance. They encircle from multiple directions, constantly shifting positions to separate one buffalo from the rest of the herd. As soon as the encirclement narrows, the buffalo immediately regroup, the adults advancing and charging directly at the approaching hyenas, forcing them to retreat in waves. The buffalo maintain their formation, ensuring no individual is separated. Each time the hyenas advance, they are pushed back by direct charges, and the distance remains constant. After several unsuccessful attempts to approach, the entire pack of hyenas stops and retreats. No buffalo were captured. The herd held its position and protected each other. Through each confrontation, the hyena relies not on sheer strength, but on observation, timing, and maintaining pressure in open space. The outcome varies depending on the situation, whether the prey holds its position or the hyena controls the distance. In that environment, the deciding factor is not who attacks first, but who maintains the advantage until the end. On the vast grasslands of Africa, every hunt begins in silence before the moment of attack. A sudden burst of speed, a precise approach, and the outcome seems predetermined. But not every strike succeeds, and even the strongest predator can lose control in seconds. What causes these seemingly certain attacks to fail? In the vast savanna, African elephants move across grasslands, woodlands, and even semi-deserts in search of water and food. An adult weighs many tons, capable of knocking down large trees and trampling enemies to death. Their trunks are powerful enough to whip opponents. This advantage persists until the formation widens, and small changes in distance begin to be noticed. As soon as the direct approach began, the lion moved around and cautiously closed the distance, gradually maintaining its position as its speed increased. But at the precise moment the distance reached its limit, the zebra spun around and delivered a powerful kick with its hind legs, concentrating all its force into the target, enough to disorient the lion and completely disrupt the pursuit, instantly destabilizing the advantage. With the advantage broken, the balance reversed almost immediately. The lion was stunned and stopped, losing its ability to maintain the close, while the zebra took advantage of that moment to accelerate and widen the gap. In just a few short seconds, the chance of pursuit vanished completely, forcing the predator to retreat at a disadvantage. From that reversal, in open space, early observation combined with precise counterattacks creates a decisive difference. The kick not only halts momentum, but completely eliminates control. And thus, when the movement is maintained continuously, the outcome is decided in an irreversible direction. In vast grasslands, wildebeest maintain a highly vigilant, large-scale herd response. When one individual detects danger, the entire herd moves almost immediately, even if the threat is not yet apparent. They disperse and then quickly regroup in the same direction, creating a state of organized chaos. This pattern becomes apparent as distance narrows, initiating the approach phase. In that approach, the lion actively cut across the group to isolate the cub at the edge of the savanna. It accelerated and nearly reached the point of contact. At that moment, the targeted cub turned, pointing its horns straight ahead and lunging forward, then swung sideways in the direction of the approaching cub. This counter-movement forced the lion to veer off course and lose momentum. After the counterattack, the pursuit became ineffective. The chase became chaotic. The advantageous position was lost, and gaps opened up. The lion could not lock onto the specific cub and had to stop. Meanwhile, the wildebeest quickly rejoined the pack, ending the struggle with the prey gaining the advantage. Coordination within the pack proved clearly effective in this situation. Constantly changing direction reduced the predator's ability to pursue. When the rhythm of movement was maintained, the prey quickly escaped control in a very short time. In the murky rivers and mudflats of Africa, crocodiles remain in their familiar habitat. The murky water and thick reed beds provide effective hiding places, especially at the animal's entry and exit points. Nile crocodiles often lie close to the shore, silently waiting for an opportunity. This ambush hunting method leads to unexpected confrontations. It was in one such situation that a large crocodile became trapped on dry land and was quickly spotted. Lions formed a formation around it to control the distance. As the encirclement closed, the pressure increased with each advance. When the distance was close enough, the crocodile reacted and engaged in direct confrontation. From that point on, the crocodile continuously adjusted its body direction to maintain a safe distance. The lions advanced but stopped when the risk increased significantly. The attack rhythm was interrupted, and the formation lost its initial pressure. A gap appeared, allowing the crocodile to move to the water's edge and back into the river, forcing the lions to retreat. The results showed that, on land, crocodiles can still maintain control within a short range when the timing is right. The lion's numerical advantage is not enough to make a difference when the risks increase rapidly. The encounter ends when the crocodiles return to the water and the lion. In the vast grasslands, impalas maintain a state of alert as they move in herds. Even a small signal, such as a sharp breath or a sudden jump, is enough to alert the entire group. Upon detecting danger, they don't maintain formation but quickly disperse in various directions. This reflex helps to confuse predators and reduce the chances of being targeted, especially as distance begins to narrow. When the distance became unsafe, the lion left the low grass and began tracking the impala herd. It lunged in and nearly locked onto one of their movements. But at that very moment, the impala herd changed direction simultaneously. One impala, cornered, swerved sharply, causing the pursuit to veer off course and the opportunity to be lost. The pursuit became unstable. The lion slowed down and lost its focus. It stalled just as the opportunity slipped away. The impala herd quickly rejoined, and the chase ended as the prey vanished in seconds. In open areas, hyenas maintain a tight social structure, with females often taking on a leadership role. They operate in groups, actively encircling and cutting off escape routes rather than attacking individually. Their diverse vocalizations allow them to call for reinforcements and coordinate positions quickly. When distance is reduced, this coordinated approach quickly creates a stable pressure on their opponents. The gap closed, forcing the lion to act quickly before the hyena pack could close the circle. It lunged, attempting to separate one from the pack. As soon as it got close, a group circled around behind, forcing the lion to turn sharply. Simultaneously, others fanned out to the sides, disrupting its approach. Unable to maintain a stable position, the lion retreated under pressure from multiple directions. The hyenas kept their distance, taking turns closing in and leaving no gaps. After a short distance, the lion had to leave its position, while the hyena pack maintained control. This sequence of events demonstrates the effectiveness of group coordination. Being pressured from multiple sides reduces the likelihood of a single reaction. When coordination is maintained, control is quickly established, and the target disappears from reach. African buffaloes are distinguished by their superior strength, weighing from 1,100 to nearly 2,000 pounds. Their large, curved, and thick horns form a hard protective shield in front of their heads. Their well-developed neck and shoulder muscles help them withstand force and react directly. Those that have been hunted before are often more alert and remember the danger, so they react more quickly when the distance is reduced. From a distance, the lion quickly spotted the herd of buffalo and chose to approach from the edge of the bushes. It charged in immediately, trying to separate a target at the edge of the herd. But as soon as it got close, the buffalo turned and lined up, shifting to a direct confrontation. One buffalo advanced straight ahead, gathering its strength and butting forcefully, forcing the lion to dodge and lose momentum. The momentum was broken, rendering the attack unsuccessful. The subsequent butt sent the lion flying and tumbling, forcing it to retreat. The buffalo maintained its formation, adjusting its position and blocking all escape routes. The hunt ended when the lion gave up, and the buffalo maintained control. This sequence of events demonstrates that strength lies not only in the individual, but also in spatial coordination. Maintaining position and distance reduces the risk of a direct confrontation. When conditions change, coordination determines whether control is maintained or lost. In the African grasslands, warthogs maintain a defensive lifestyle with clear reflexes, always prioritizing safety before confrontation. They retreat into their burrows with their heads and tusks facing outwards to maintain a defensive posture, and upon detecting danger, they immediately zigzag back to their familiar hiding place, thus quickly escalating any approach from behind into a direct chase. From being drawn into the chase, the lion pursued from behind, attempting to cut across the warthog's path. It accelerated to close the gap as the warthog charged forward. But in the same rhythm of movement, the warthog maintained a steady zigzag trajectory at high speed, forcing the lion to constantly adjust its direction and preventing it from locking onto the warthog's position. This gradually eroded the advantage of close pursuit. As the advantage diminished, the distance could no longer be reduced further. The lion lost momentum, and its speed decreased significantly after the prolonged chase. While the warthog maintained its momentum, and widened the gap. This quickly eliminated the opportunity for pursuit, forcing the predator to stop and retreat, putting it in a passive position. In that passive state, defensive reflexes combined with maintaining the rhythm of movement made the decisive difference. The zigzag run not only disrupted the approach, but also completely broke down the ability to control. And when the movement was maintained continuously, the outcome was irreversibly decided. It's not sheer strength that determines the outcome of each hunt, but rather how each species reacts to danger in the crucial moment. The combination of instinct, environment, and timing makes the clear difference between success and failure. When these factors are at the right time, the situation can change in seconds. And that's why even the top predator isn't always the winner.